Editing a stream of text with sed. Sed is a stream editor that allows us to edit a stream of text. Here is a typical sed command, or at least a common one. And here is the text that we will feed to it by piping it from the echo command. Let's look at the syntax of the sed command itself. First, there is a letter specifying the option we want to use. In this case, the substitution of one set of characters for another set of characters. In between the first and second delimiters is the set of characters we want to replace. In between the second and third delimiters is the set of characters that we want to replace the first set of characters with. Notice that this option, Y, works very much in the same way that TR works, exchanging one set of characters for another. In this case, you notice that every instance of E in our text has been replaced by the letter O, and every instance of the letter B has been replaced by the letter G. Another commonly used option for sed is the substitution of one expression for another. So now, instead of exchanging sets of characters, we are now exchanging entire expressions. Let's see what happens. Two things to notice here. Number one, we could confuse this with a character by character exchange. That is, the B is replaced by a G, the E is replaced by an O, but look what happens if we go back to where the characters are reversed. So S will replace this entire expression. Even though there are E's and there are B's in this phrase, they are not replaced character-wise. There would have to be a sequence of E followed by B in order for it to be replaced with O followed by G. The other thing to notice in our instance of substitution here is that only one instance of B was replaced. only one instance of B was replaced. By adding a G after the last delimiter, we can make it so that all instances of BE are replaced by GO. The G stands for global. So the substitution can replace entire expressions. It's sometimes a good idea when setting up a sed command for the first time to lay out your delimiters so that you can keep track of where they are, especially if you end up using complicated regular expressions. We won't use a complicated regular expression here, not too complicated. What we want to look for is a non-white space character rather, not a space character. So we have a space preceded by a caret inside of square brackets. This is the regular expression for complement of a set. And we want to look for exactly 3 instances of characters that are not a space. It's more readable without the slashes. That is, we can see curly bracket, 3, curly bracket. And these are the operative characters for specifying a regular expression that requires an exact number of characters. However, sed requires us to escape the curly braces with backslashes. Now what I want to replace a sequence of 3 non-space characters with is nothing. And so I will leave the space between the second and third delimiters blank. Let's see what happens. So sed found the expression that matches this regular expression. In the case of to be or not to be, there was only one token that matched the regular expression. Not. Not is a sequence of 3 non-space characters. Sed then substituted that sequence with what was between the second and third delimiters. In this case, nothing. We could just as easily have had it replace this sequence with koala. So just like an explicit sequence like BE can be replaced, a regular expression sequence can be replaced as well. If you think about it, the word be or the sequence of characters B, E, is the same thing as an expression like this. That is, any sequence of characters can be interpreted as an expression, as a regular expression. In this case, this is simply an expression of the character B followed by the character E.